All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are going to completely change the way you edit. The goal here is simple. We're going to help you master MarkerFlow's keyboard-first philosophy. Seriously, this is all about making you faster, smarter, and way more intuitive with your workflow.
You know the feeling, right? You're just lost in a sea of clicks, dragging that mouse across the timeline, scrubbing back and forth, trying to find that one perfect moment. It's slow, it's tedious, and it totally breaks your creative focus.
But what if there was a better way?
Well, there is. We're going to show you how swapping your mouse for just a few simple keystrokes unlocks a much faster, more fluid way of working. It puts you back in control of your edit.
So first things first, this is kind of about a change in mindset. It's more than just learning shortcuts. It's about finding that creative flow state, where the tools just disappear and it's all about you and your story.
And this quote, it just nails the whole idea. MarkerFlow was built from the ground up for speed. It's not about complicated tools. It's about making decisions in real time, as you watch, and your keyboard is the absolute most direct way to do that. Okay, so next up, let's talk about navigating like a total pro. Before you can mark anything, you've got to be able to move around, and we're going to cover all the essentials for doing it without ever touching that mouse.
And honestly, it doesn't get any simpler than this. The spacebar is your new best friend. It is the single most fundamental command you have. Think of it as the gateway to this whole keyboard-driven process. One key to start, one key to stop. That's it.
Now here's where you really get that fine-tuned control over your speed. The arrow keys on their own, that's a 1-second jump. But start layering on those modifier keys, like Control for 5 seconds, Shift for 10, even Alt for a whole minute, and suddenly you have this incredible power to just fly through your footage.
So you've already placed a bunch of markers, but how do you review them fast? Page up and page down are like your express keys. Instead of scrubbing around looking for them, you can instantly just pop from one key moment to the next. This is absolutely crucial for checking your selects and the whole rhythm of your edit. Okay, so you've got navigation down. Now for the real heart of MarkerFlow, marking and coloring your clips. This is where the magic happens.
I really want you to pay close attention here, because pretty much everything we're doing revolves around the next two keys. I'm not kidding, they are the absolute cornerstone of this entire process. And here they are, the open bracket key that sets your mark-in point, the beginning of your clip, the close bracket key sets your mark out, the end. It's really intuitive, almost a physical motion. You're opening the selection, and then you're closing it. So, how does it all come together? It's just a simple, repeatable rhythm. You press space to play. The second the good part starts, you hit that open bracket. When it's over, hit the close bracket. And finally, you press a number to give it a color. Play, in, out, color. That's the whole flow right there.
That last step, adding the color, that's what takes this from just marking random clips to being truly organized. Color gives your markers meaning, and it lets you identify different kinds of clips with just a single glance.
So think of your number keys, 1 through 0, as your instant color palette. Each one is mapped to a specific color, and these default colors are set up to perfectly mirror Adobe Premiere Pro's labels. And why's that? It's so you get a totally seamless transition when you're ready to export your project. All right, you've made your selects. But editing is also about refining things. So let's cover the essentials for splitting and deleting. This one is it's a beautifully simple and powerful command. Wherever your playhead happens to be, just hit S, and bam, you instantly split the clip right at that point. It's the absolute fastest way to break a longer take into smaller, easier pieces. And this one is just as straightforward. If you've marked a clip and you decide you don't need it, just select it, hit the delete key, and it is gone. Clean, simple, done. Here's a super handy little command for when you get a bit click happy, or maybe select the wrong thing by mistake. Instead of trying to unclick everything, just hit Ctrl+D. It clears your selection so you can start fresh. It's a great little time saver.
Okay, we've covered the keys. Now let's pull it all together so you can really master this workflow and see how it all creates a truly powerful editing system.
And this right here is the biggest takeaway. This workflow, it's not just about being faster in the moment. Because you're making a lightweight reference file instead of actually cutting up massive video files, your process is non-destructive. And that's incredibly efficient with your storage space. It's just a smarter way to work.
So let's do a super quick recap of your new toolkit. For playback, you've got the spacebar. For navigation, it's the arrow keys plus their modifiers. Marking, that's your bracket keys. Organizing is all about the number keys, and your basic editing is S to split and delete to remove. That's the core of the whole thing.
Look, we've shown you the tools. We've shown you the workflow. Everything you need to spend less time clicking and more time actually creating. You can break free from that slow, tedious process of dragging a mouse around. So the only real question left is, are you ready to let go and embrace the speed of the keyboard?